Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you with a message that I believe has the power to change lives. A message that is not just about motivation, but about transformation. We all go through moments of fear, self-doubt, and hopelessness. We feel weak, vulnerable, and incapable of moving forward. But let me tell you one thing, these weak feelings do not define us. They are just a part of the journey, and we have the power to kill them before they kill our dreams. Let's take a moment to understand what are weak feelings. They are the voices inside us that whisper, "You are not good enough." They are the fears that make us believe we will fail even before we try. They are the doubts that tell us we are not capable of achieving greatness. And do you know what is the biggest tragedy? We start believing them. But here's the truth. Your mind is the battlefield where you win or lose. If you allow weak feelings to control you, they will chain you down. But if you decide to fight them, nothing can stop you from becoming the best version of yourself. Weak feelings are those silent, creeping thoughts that tell us we are not enough. They are the invisible chains that keep us stuck in our comfort zones, afraid to take risks, afraid to fail, and sometimes even afraid to succeed. These feelings often stem from fear, self-doubt, insecurity, past failures, or the negative voices we have heard throughout our lives. They whisper to us in moments of difficulty, making us feel like we are incapable, powerless, or unworthy of achieving our goals. They make us believe that we are not strong enough to face challenges, that we are not talented enough to pursue our dreams, and that we are not worthy enough to receive love, success, or happiness. Most of the time, these weak feelings do not arise out of nowhere. They are deeply rooted in our experiences and the way we have been conditioned to think. Maybe we were once told that we were not good enough, and we started believing it. Maybe we failed at something, and instead of trying again, we convinced ourselves that failure was our destiny. Maybe we compared ourselves to others so much that we started feeling inadequate. Or perhaps we experienced heartbreak, betrayal, or rejection, and now we live with the fear of experiencing it again. One of the biggest problems with weak feelings is that they grow stronger the more we entertain them. The more we allow fear to dictate our decisions, the stronger our insecurities become. The more we let self-doubt control our actions, the more we hesitate to take chances. The more we believe we are not capable, the more we stop trying. And before we know it, these feelings start shaping our reality. We stop pushing ourselves. We stop taking risks. We settle for less than what we deserve. And we start living a life far below our potential. But let me tell you something, these weak feelings are not the truth. They are merely illusions created by our own minds. They are not facts. They are just perceptions, and perceptions can be changed. The moment we understand that weak feelings do not define us, we start taking back our power. Imagine a child who is learning to walk. When they fall, do they stop trying? No, they get up again. They may fall 10 times, 20 times, even 100 times, but they do not stop until they learn to walk. Now, imagine if that child had weak feelings. Imagine if they fell once and thought, maybe I'm not meant to walk. Imagine if they convinced themselves that standing up was too difficult and gave up. If that happened, they would never learn to walk. But the reason they succeed is because they do not allow weak feelings to overpower their natural drive. They believe without question that they can do it. And that belief is what leads them to success. So the question is, if we were born with this natural resilience, why do we lose it as we grow older? Why do we allow weak feelings to dictate our lives? The answer is simple, because we start giving importance to the opinions of others, to the fear of failure, to the pressure of expectations, and to the pain of past experiences. We start seeing obstacles as stop signs instead of challenges to overcome. We start letting fear win. To overcome weak feelings, we must first recognize that they are a choice. Yes, you heard me right, a choice. We can either choose to believe in them or choose to reject them. We can either choose to let them control us or choose to take control of them. We can either let them hold us back or use them as stepping stones to move forward. It all comes down to what we choose to believe about ourselves. One of the best ways to eliminate weak feelings is by replacing them with strong, empowering thoughts. Every time a weak feeling creeps into your mind, challenge it. If your mind says you are not good enough, respond by saying, I am more than enough. If your mind says you will fail, say, even if I fail, I will learn and grow. If your mind says you are too weak to handle this, remind yourself of all the times you have survived hardships and come out stronger. Your mind listens to what you tell it, so tell it something powerful. Another important thing to remember is that weak feelings lose their power the moment we take action. Often we allow our fears and insecurities to paralyze us, keeping us stuck in inaction. We keep waiting for the right time to do something, but the truth is, there is no right time, there is only now. Action is the antidote to weak feelings. The moment you take a step forward, even if it is a small step, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. And once you start moving, momentum takes over. What once seemed impossible starts to feel achievable. Think about all the great achievers in history. Do you think they never had weak feelings? Of course they did. But the difference between them and those who gave up is that they refused to let those feelings control them. They pushed forward despite their fears. They failed, but they tried again. They faced rejection, but they did not stop. They understood that weak feelings are temporary, but giving up lasts forever. So ask yourself today what weak feelings are holding you back. What thoughts are stopping you from becoming the person you want to be? What fears are keeping you from chasing your dreams? And most importantly, are you willing to let those feelings control you, or are you ready to take control of them? The truth is, you are much stronger than you think. You have survived hardships that you once thought you couldn't. You have overcome struggles that made you believe you were weak. You have endured pain, disappointment, and heartbreak. Here you are, still standing. That is not weakness, that is strength. That is resilience. That is proof that you are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the belief that you are not strong enough. The moment you stop believing in your weak feelings, they will lose their power. The moment you decide that fear will no longer control your life, you will start to rise. The moment you choose to fight for your dreams, nothing will be able to stop you. So the next time you hear that voice in your head telling you that you are not good enough, remember this: that voice is lying to you. That voice is not your truth. Your truth is that you are capable, you are strong, you are enough. Kill your weak feelings before they kill your potential. Choose courage over fear. Choose strength over doubt. Choose